So for the first tip is you want to have pretty good operators such as Bandit, Jaeger, Smoke, or any of the DLC 1 operators. So, one thing I like to talk about that people like to do on defense is spawn peeking, or spawn killing. So, the definition of spawn killing is not the same as spawn peeking. Spawn killing is when as soon as an attacker spawns, they are instantly killed from, as soon as they spawn, pretty much. That is illegal to do in this game if you're playing competitive pro league. However, spawn peeking is okay. So spawn peeking is when you hit a barricade that marks a spot, marks people, the attackers spawn, and picking them off if they come at you, and just pick them off easily. However, there's another thing that you can do that is perfectly legal in pro league, such as spawn rushing. So as you see right here, I broke this barricade, but let's repair this real quick. Spawn rushing is when you have a clear, or you know that the enemies have spawned in the spawn you're trying to look for. So let's see if they spawned by APC, you would see them on top left in the garden cam. So if you're new over there, you would hit this, break this barricade, rush out to the spawn, and try to put some shots into them. Now that is perfectly legal, and that's called spawn rushing. To do any of those two, it requires for you to know where the enemy spawns, and also know that when to back off. You need to know when to back off when you start pulling these moves, because if you just rush out there and playing against like Platinums, they're gonna know you're there. So choose wisely. Try to spawn kill when you feel like it's necessary, or when you catch them off guard. So the first spawn we want to talk about on house is called the ABC area. There's a lot of spawn trapping or spawn killing tutorials right here. So they usually spawn right over here. They walk up. You can either shoot them from this barricade right here, or when they walk up down here and they don't notice that this barricade's broken, you can hit them from right there. So the next spawn is right next to this camera right here, which is called the garden camera. They spawn right here. So the only one you can get them from is pretty much that barricade right there. So if you it's hard to notice if you're playing against people who don't know about people who spawn peek. That is perfect when you're playing in casual. If you want to practice, just practice in casual. Set your preferences to house only, and a common spawn point is right here. But if you want to spawn peek them, it's kind of easy, but at the same time, everyone knows the spawn peek. This game's pretty much like 2 years old, so you can spawn peek from here. You can break out all these 3 windows here, and one more on the other side, which is like around there and there. I believe the next 2 spawns is like somewhere over here, and definitely construction site, you can spawn right here. So how to get them from here is this. It's only when they're coming up here. These 2 windows are here. It's only when they're coming up here. Do never try to spawn peek from this window, or try to peek from that window. It's pretty much a known spot, and it's not smart if you have like a huge hole in the barricade. They're gonna know you're there. They're gonna start spraying down a barricade, and you're probably gonna die if you're just peeking out here like that. So the spot people usually use, but it's really common and everyone knows the spot, is right here. So you throw anything that explodes, hit it right there. You can walk out and you can use this window right here to peek, try to get some headshots. So when you're trying to go for spawn rushing, there's so much things you can do instead of going for the obvious. So what I mean by the obvious is this spawn rush right here. If you're gonna tear down this barricade, say you know they're there, you tear down this barricade and you run out here. You see them, that's spawn rushing. See, it's so easy. They're gonna know you're gonna be there. They're gonna get you before you can even get them, because you don't know where they're gonna be. But they're gonna see you're detected, so they know exactly where you go. If once you get over here, if you get stuck here, they're gonna watch this angle, and this angle, so you're pretty much screwed. So what you want to do is, not a lot of people use this, I realize, like, not even Pro League, because Pro League members, they dare to spawn rush, because they don't want to, disappoint the team by dying. So, what I usually do is, when I play against ranked players, I usually have this right here. So there's two ways you can do this. So make a huge breakage on the barricade so they see, oh look, someone's trying to peek us. But what they don't realize is up here, if you break these two right here, it should give you the symbol saying you can vault. Now, when I talk about the guarding cam, is you can see if they spawn NPC if you look at the top left corner. Not really corner, let's see, 3/4 in the middle. You can see they can spawn right there. And then if you know they're coming, do you see them shooting at the barricade underneath you? Here's what you can do. You can rush out, hit them where you don't realize, and just get some nice shots in their head. Try to aim head height, which is perfect for getting kills, man, because it's necessary you aim for head height. But another one that I recently found out and I love using is called the quick first floor to the garage escape. So you can see right here, you leave this thing open right here. It's supposed to be used for a flank if your objective is garage. So if you're like right here, so you break these two right here so it doesn't show up as if defenders don't, attackers don't see that you broke the barricade. So if it says vault, and we're able to work. So if you see they spawn at APC again, just rush out here, vault, take a little nice peek, get some few kills, and when you're done, when you're good and ready, just hop back out and go into garage. But one flaw of this thing is that attackers, they might spawn construction site if you're playing right. But the good thing is, if you're playing casual, which I recommend you to warm up to spawn trap. Don't warm up for like trying to do good in a ranked game. Like just try to play ranked and warm up in there as well. But if you're over here and you're sitting over here spraying them and you stand over here and try to spray them again, you might have to watch out from your back, because people usually do spawn construction site because they avoid the risk getting spawn killed. So yeah, so if you're like, well, don't waste more than 4 seconds out of here. Just try to get a few shots at them, go back inside, don't overspend time. Or you can easily hop back into the window over here and go back to safety. It's all up to you. So one more offense tactics could be always shooting the cameras, because if you don't shoot these cameras are like basically giving away your position. If your defender, say they're camping bathroom, and say they have mini Pico right here, and then you're camping bathroom, and then you look at the camera, let's check camera, oh look, you say, see the camera's still open, he's in stairs, you're gonna get a good call out, you can watch it right here, put some shots at you, and possibly put you to death. Now one thing you might want to take use of is particular drone spots. However, I'm not going to show it some unique spots right here, but you want to find cover so you don't waste your drone, so you're able to have two just in case one gets taken out. Always need to back to the next one. But let's take up to how to counter the spawn peek or spawn killing. So what you're going to do is every time you come into a spawn where you know people, might be peekers or spawn rushers, always take it slow. Use your drone if you want to check if anyone's in these spots. It's all up to you. Safety is key. Don't try harder, play smarter. You don't want to die. It's better to let's say it's better to waste a little bit of time than to die and possibly lose the game. So more offensive tips would be droning out. If you're worried about not dying or trying to stay alive as long as possible, always try to drone out the room you're trying to get into. See, if you don't drone out, you don't know who's in there, so you're just gonna be a bit scared. You're gonna waste more time trying to peek trying to peek corners than you are if you're the drone. Another thing that I like to do, and Buck is good at it, is actually exposing the area on defense and on offense. So if you expose the area, if you just make a lot of holes everywhere, you know, break a wall. Let's see what else you can do. Like make a hole in the objective. If they have a non-reinforced hole, blow it up, guys. Like, I can't tell you, expose the area so that the attackers or the defenders are forced to reposition if they see that a hole is being broke. If they see that you made a huge hole in the wall, they're gonna force to. They might peek you, might move back and move to a different place. But if you expose the whole area, where are they gonna go if everywhere they go is destroyed? You know what I'm saying? So going back to the construction site spawn trap, use an impact grenade or anything that can explode. Hit this wall right here, and bam, you're over here. You can start peeking them. You see the spawn construction site. I recommend you don't use SMG-11, FMG-9, but use SMG-11 as it's a much better gun, and just to try to single fire if you can, because it doesn't allow you to do that by itself. So you have to do it by yourself. So another good spot to hold down the objective and confuse and troll your enemies is this little crouch spot right here. So if you throw a little impact grenade and prone right in here, you get basically pretty much hidden from the enemies. They don't know you're over here, but it's good to troll people when they're in the objective. They can't find you, they're looking everywhere. If you just keep silent in here, they're not gonna look in here. You can throw your smoke grenades. It's best if you smoke, because you can just throw it here, get them away from this area, and then they won't be able to check in there and wait for a while. Just like, and when they're trying to look somewhere else, just pop them up, bro. However, people usually find out the spot already is when you see an explosion mark. You can actually shoot through the thing, and they can kill you. If they're smart enough and they know you're gonna be in there, they can actually shoot you through the little couch. The best thing to do when trying to practice your aim is either practicing a terrace hunt or trying to practice by aiming head height. So aiming head height. Why aiming head height is perfect and very useful, and it's pretty much the only way you can really win a lot of gunfights, is because if you're looking at their body, and let's say they're trying to hit you head height, and if you're looking at their body and they realize they peek out, you react, you start spraying their body, but since they're already head height, they can easily reposition their shots. Let's say if you're right there, you're crouching, and they can easily reposition the shot right there. Look right there, oh, right there, easy headshot. Because usually the next thing they look at is body. If they don't see the head, they just go for the body. So, but since your head is pretty much a substitute for your body, you're pretty much dead. So that's why I want to stand head first, standing straight up, and aiming head first. Because if they let's say they come out this window, they peek, and then they drop shot. Now when they drop shot, if they're not aiming at your head, when they drop shot, they're going to shoot you at your body and your legs. That gives you a better time to react, since their whole body is straight. If you just spray it back down, probably going to get a headshot the whole time. That's why you just got to be smart and think, if that was me in the corner, what would I do? But if I wasn't that good enough, what would someone in our corner do that I can't do? So just think about it. Now, I'll give you about 1 or 2 more tips on how to win more gunfights easily, and really more gunfight depends on who shoots who first, who gets the upper hand, who got the headshot, and who has the fastest reaction time. Oh, really, that's one tip, is you can train in terrace hunt trying to get better by either peeking a barricade. You can look at let's say terrorist hunt spawns on YouTube on either defense or it only works on defense. Sorry, terrorist hunt spawning on defense depending on what map you're on right now. Pretty much another tip is pre-firing or holding your angles. So I'm gonna go with holding your angles, and I think there's something called, like, let's say a half donut, or it's pretty much when you're in a room where you don't know who's in it. So this is what you do. So like you try to make a hole like this. So you move like this. Do like a 180. So it's pretty much like you move up and you clear the angles. So you're pretty much clearing the angles by moving around and moving like around a 180 half circle to check who's if anyone's in the corners, if anyone's on their cameras or trying to drone looking for you. Yeah, using this tactic you can spot a lot of people, then leaning to the other side for a better view. But there's some faulties to it, such as if you're going up, like if you're elevating while doing this, if someone's in this corner, they're gonna see you before you even see them, because they see your footstep and they're peeking right at the stairs. They're gonna see your footstep, and by the time you know it, you're probably gonna be down and laying on the stairs looking for help. So, holding angles, what it does for you and how to do it. So holding angles is pretty much when, let's find a big corner here. Let's say you get stuck in the corner, because say attackers are trying to find you. Attackers are trying to find you, or defenders are trying to get you and get them out of the if you're an objective, this doesn't work very well, because they obviously know you're in there and they're gonna try all their best to try to rush at you from both ways, which is obviously a death trap, and you cannot win that unless you're probably Serenity. However, holding angles is pretty much, if you're over here and if you're trying to hold an angle from here, it's not a good idea, because you need to go far back as you can, peek a littlest as possible. The hole is, so if you can see their head, they can see your head, but the only thing is they can't see anything else. They can only see your head. If you're right here, if you see the body, they're not gonna notice you, because like it's way too small in there for them to see you. If you're just in there, they're not gonna notice you in that corner. By the time you walk right there and then they see you, you're probably gonna get headshotted already. And one more thing is like holding upstairs angle. So what's good about holding an upstairs angle is, if people are like hiding in corners, the thing is they can't see you. They can only see what you see. Pretty much they can only see your head. The only way if they're standing straight up, the only way they can see you is if they look underneath here, or if they crouch or prone and try to spot you. But by the time you do that, you probably spotted them already. And one good thing that I learned from, I think it was Ripley, is if you get onto, let's see, somewhere, hey, come on, hold on. If you get onto a higher elevated place, thing is, if someone's like in this corner, so let's go down here. And if they're standing straight up, they can't see. If you're standing on this edge, they can't see you're over there. They don't know you're over there, and you're gonna be able to see them. See, they can't see your head, they can't see your feet. But let's stand right here, right? Let's place, let's put a drone right here for helping as references. So if you're right there, camping in a corner, trying to see who the hell's in the hatch. Let's say you are, let's get on top. Say you're right here, right on this edge, and you see like a little bit of their feet. see even a little bit of them. It's gonna be hard for them to see you though. Just moving up right here. The reason why it's like so small because the drone is actually small, and it can easily spot me. But if it was someone who's big, let's try to jump up and do it. If we were to jump up around here, let's say around like this tall, they can't really see you over there. See, you're gonna look like nothing. So it gives you the ultimate advantage, peeker's height, peeker's advantage, and that's pretty much it. The final and last thing for these tips and tricks, oh dang, it's probably gonna be a long video, is leaning. Now, leaning, when you lean, it distorts your hitbox for the opponent. So, if you're leaning, if you see other people leaning, you see how their head is like tilted. And usually when you're in gunfights, people aim for the head. So if you're leaning and moving at the same time while you're trying to kill enemy, they're gonna have a hard time keeping up with your hitbox, and then they're gonna start going for your body. They're gonna take a second, or like a millimeter second, to adjust to your body. By the time they adjust to your body, you're still aiming at the head. You're still leaning back and forth. You have time to react to that and shoot them right in the head. And what they mean by peeker's advantage is the smallest peak, the small crack. Whoever gets spotted first, whoever's out in the open is the loser, and whoever's behind the defense, hidden, the only thing you can see is your gun sight, probably is the winner.
Secure the biohazard container.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed these tips and tricks on Rainbow Six Siege. Now, I hope these help you, but don't expect them to totally change your game from a copper 4 to a bronze, or not even bronze, diamond, gold in one day. It doesn't work like that. But to me, it wasn't hard to get used to this game. Once you get used to it, it's gonna be hard to suck at it. If you say you're gonna be like casual noobs, you're playing against people who are good, and once you're playing against people who are good, you're gonna start feeling the competitiveness of this game. That makes you want to play smarter and better overall. And yeah, and fix your sensitivities to your preferences, because sensitivity in this game is really important. So that's all I really have to say. Thanks for watching. If you do, leave a like, and see you guys on another video.